How do I make more opportunities for the gospel? Well, I would think that the first step would actually be to pray about this. Ask God to help you see the opportunities that He makes, to take them, and even to make more yourself. Ask Him to give you the courage and the words to speak, and ask Him to work in the hearts of those around you, softening them, that they might come to know and trust in Him. The second step is gospel saturation. If you saturate yourself with the gospel, it'll come out whether you want it to or not. So think through the core message of the gospel and explain it to yourself. Encourage your Christian friends with the message that has saved them. Share this with your friends, your family members, your co-workers, and even strangers. What you put in comes out. So the more that you are thinking about the gospel, the more that it's actually going to come out of your mouth. Specifically, that you are a sinner deserving of hell, but that God loved this world so much that He sent His one and only Son, who lived a perfect life, and then died on a cross, taking the total weight for the sins of those who would believe in Him. And He raised to life 3 days later, defeating death, so that you could have a relationship with Him and not have to pay the punishment that you deserve to pay, but instead spend an eternity in heaven instead of hell. If this reality is on your mind, then you will be continuously reminded that the people around you don't know this message or are not trusting in this message, and therefore are going to spend an eternity in hell when they die. And thirdly, the gospel has impacted your life in such a significant way that it has changed the way that you think, the way that you behave, and everything that you're going to do for the rest of your life. So don't shy away from mentioning the aspects of your life that are so distinctly Christian. When someone asks what you do on your weekend, don't just mention Saturday, but mention what you did on Sunday. Tell them about church, what they were preaching on and what you learnt from it, how it challenged you and shaped you. When someone asks what you're reading, don't just tell them about every other book, but tell them about the Bible. Tell them about what book you're reading, what it's about, and what you're learning from it, how it's challenging you and again shaping you to be more like Christ. And if someone asks you to tell them something about you, don't tell them about your career first or your hobbies first. Tell them about Christianity. It is your defining characteristic. It is what makes you, you. And so don't shy away from it. Don't hide it. Celebrate it. Fourthly and finally, simply endeavor to start more conversations about the gospel with those around you. It may seem scary or awkward, but it's what God asks us to do. If you're struggling to think of a way to start that conversation, try asking them, what do you think is going to happen to you after you die? It's a heavy topic, but one that's central to the gospel, and it's a super easy way to get someone to start talking and thinking about eternity. Of course, there are gentler ways that you can start the conversation, but be aware, the gentler the intro, the longer it's actually going to take you to get to the gospel. And so I'm going to leave you with this final reminder. You don't know when that person is going to die. It could be tomorrow or it could be in 80 years. And in their current state, they're headed to hell. And so don't waste any time and have that conversation today.